So here we are on a Thursday, late in January, and they're saying we have an extreme cold front headed into central Texas. I think all of the central United States, actually. The forecast I saw about an hour ago is that this Arctic blast is somewhere in northern Canada right now. It's going to come punching down through the central plains into Texas, taking temperatures far below normal. And to tell you the truth, all my life I've seen in the wintertime things happen. And they're saying by Wednesday here, we're going to be down around 18 degrees at night, somewhere in the teens, and only highs in the 30s, maybe better, barely breaking freezing. And certainly not a record. I've seen it 7 degrees here. And in central Texas, that's cold. That is below normal, but not unusual to happen. Here in this area, we're at about 1350 in elevation. If you go down about 100 miles south of here, San Antonio, I think they're 450, 500, depending on which side of town you're on. But as you make your way out of Austin or San Antonio, you move into Texas Hill Country, you certainly go up in elevation. And because of that, we are always a little colder, a little more chance for frozen precip, kind of a common thing. It's just something you would expect. And of course, it's nothing like in northern climates in the United States where you guys are seeing snow and freezing temperatures on a very common basis this time of year. So the question is, how long will this freezing period last? Well, I'll tell you, over the last 4 days, every morning when I've gotten up, we've had frost on the ground, which is, again, not uncommon in the Texas Hill Country in January. But how long is this next big cold front freeze going to last? All of that Arctic air is supposed to be here Saturday evening, is what they're saying. Last forecast I saw, they're saying some chance of flurries or frozen precip. And everything I'm seeing now in a 10-day forecast is below normal for the next 10 days. So that's quite a while that we're going to be below normal and cold. So the two questions: how long is it going to last? Not really sure. One thing I can tell you, by the time we get to March, things will be certainly warmer. And probably it'll warm up even sooner than the forecast. That's usually been what I've seen out here is kind of a common occurrence. They'll predict it to be colder, and then we end up with warmer temperatures than what they predict. Kind of a common thing, especially here in Texas, just part of it. And then the final question is, how does this affect my garden or planting? Most of people's gardens are done for the season. Even our high tunnels, we have some of our Swiss chard still surviving, a few of the greens still going, but it's not our big growing time of year. And to tell you the truth, we're hot out here a big portion of the year, so I don't mind a little cold weather. It's kind of a nice change is the way I look at it. And I'm certainly not an entomologist as far as it comes to insects, but I have this suspicion that these long cold periods are good for eliminating a few extra insects. I hope that's the case. Seems like it is whenever we've had really cold years. Seem like we have a little less insect pressure, so I hope that is the case. So what we look at this time of year is let the cold weather come. If it's bringing moisture, good. We're getting more moisture in the ground. The only thing is just be careful. If there's any ice, if there's a way not to travel, don't travel. Don't get out there on those icy roads. And again, as we move towards spring, we're going to have more videos where we're going to start our compost process of putting compost down. We're going to have a process where we start our seedlings and our seed trays. That's going to be starting here in about 3 to 4 weeks. So each week we get closer to that, and we're going to talk about those techniques. So thanks for checking out our channel. We have many videos that you can check out right now about the gardening process, the growing process. We'll have one over here that YouTube suggests, and we'll have one over here that's one of our latest. So blessings over you, your family, your garden. Talk to you soon from Whirlwind Family Farm.